Yo, what is going on, guys? Crypto Vibes here, bringing you guys another video. Today, guys, we have our week 2 match in TCL versus Jimmy. And Jimmy's a battler well, I guess I battled for a decent little time in Gen 7, and really good team builder. I know that, and he's a good OU player. I met him a while back. He's kind of one of the admins of this league and runs it with me and stuff. Does like statistics and stuff. So big shout out to Jimmy there. And yeah, basically this is his team right here. If you don't see it, the San Antonio Espers right here, Jimmy. And this is one of the toughest teams I've probably prepped for in a while because Kieran Black plus Zard White combination is disgusting. First of all, I don't see how we allowed him to do that, like get those mons because they're so good. Like we should have looked at his team and realized, oh my god, if he gets those, like that's gonna be nasty. But got him plus Jirachi in there too, and Jirachi's the flinch god itself. So yeah. And then the rest of his team is no slouch at all. He has really good ground types to make up for his like Zard and having an electric weakness. He's got some cool users at the end, being like Prinplup, Manectric, and Weezing. I think they're all really cool NU mons. I was really scared of Weezing this week, actually, as a defensive mon. But I'll get into what I was thinking he was going to bring compared to what he actually did bring in here in a little bit. But anyways, we'll start with all of them. We'll just start from the front of his team. He's got Kieran Black right here, 100% in my mind it's coming. I don't think there's no chance of it not coming in my mind. It's just too good. I think it'll probably come like every one of his matches, maybe like not one or two matches. But it's just too good not to bring against me, especially. He's got Jirachi right there. I thought Jirachi had a pretty high chance of coming. Obviously, I was scared of that thing flinching me down. It's a good mon in general. Choice Scarf's a threat. Hazards, it could be hazards. I think I'm okay with playing with hazards in this game. Knowing that he has his Zard Y on his side, so if he gets rocks up and he gets rocks up, I think that's in my favor. At least if it's ever a fast-paced game or something, then we just need to like trade mons, and hopefully I could win that out. But we'll have to get into it here in a little bit. And then Amoongus right here. Amoongus I thought was a very, very solid strong bring, just because this thing has Spore, which is really solid against my team. Obviously, I have a couple ways of dealing with that, being my Delmice and then my Tapu Koko setting up the terrain. Electric terrain, Spore does not work under that if you did not know. Crocodile being a ground scary dark type, I thought that was a potential bring. I thought that might be a Scarfer if he brings it. That thing's just a huge threat, puts in a lot of work against my team. He's got Zygarde 10%. I definitely think that thing's coming 100%. 1,000 Arrows, obviously, it's just such a good move. Choice Banded Zygarde 10% is really scary. His third ground type being Quagsire, I thought that had a potential chance to bring. Not too sure about it. Being the water and ground type it's pretty good. I have a lot of potential grass use not users on my team, plus just hidden power grass in general is nice with all the special attackers I have. He's got Venomoth right here. Venomoth is pretty cool. It's another sleep powder user, so that's a little scary. Escavalier over here, I had answers for it, I think. Arcanine, and then just like having good fire coverage all around on my team. He's got Prinplup over here, being a very fat penguin with Eviolite and just a potential rock bringer with Defog. I believe it's his only way of getting rid of hazards outside of Venomoth. I think so. And then Manectric, I thought I had a slight chance of coming, but I'm not too sure. Weezing, like I said, I think it has a decent chance of coming. I'm not too sure on that one either, but anyways, I'll go ahead and get into my team builder and show you guys what I brought. First off, on the team, guys, this team's gonna look really similar to week 1. We changed, I believe, one mon. But starting off the team, we have Nightmare, then Heliga over here. And I brought a Focus Sash Bring. Wasn't too sure about the item this time. I wanted to run a Z-move, but I have a Z-move on a different mon. You'll see here in a second. Focus Sash right here, obviously just... It's nice to have against like stuff like Kyurem and Zard Y if I'm faster and they're not Scarfs or something, because then I can 2-hit KO them, or like something like... Well, Zard wouldn't be able... Or Zard, I would obviously 1-hit KO, but if it's something like Kyurem, I can 2-hit KO Power Gem. I don't think he can knock me off the Z-move now, because I have Focus Sash. And yeah, it's just I thought it was a solid bring, and it has a good chance to get rocks this match. And I ran enough speed to outspeed his his Zard Y, just his Zard Y, because I just wanted a little bit of Spadef in there. I don't really know what it helped with, but it was just nice to have, I guess, with max HP. No special attack investment, because Power Gem just knocks out Zard anyways. 2 KOs Kieran Black, that was what it was mainly for, those two mons in general. It gets walled by a few things on his team, like Quagsire, like I said earlier. Quagsire was annoying, so I brought Grass Knot. Something like Escavalier would definitely wall this thing. I saw like Power Gem does decent damage, I guess. But anyways, that's why I brought Nightmare. Pretty solid bring, I thought. Sorry about that. Next on my team, I brought Tapu Koko Blitz right here with a Fairy MZ set, and I brought a kind of weird spread right here. I brought enough speed to outspeed Zygarde Dog outside of what is it called? Choice Scarf, and like he could obviously E-speed me, but if I'm in an HP range where he cannot E-speed me, he'd want to go for 1,000 arrows. He couldn't do that if I'm faster than him unless he's Scarfed. But anyways, I'm running Fairy MZ with the max special attack, so it ensures an Oko on the Kieran Black, which is nice. I don't really think Kieran Black's a switch in on this thing, considering there's so many ground types as it is. Being Quagsire was another one I was scared of with Grass Knot I have there. Volt Switch just hits a bunch of other things outside of his ground types. Crocodile was a little bit annoying. Dazzling Beam did about 85 to close to 100%, so with rocks up I could KO it pretty much most of the time. And then Grass Knot, or then U-Turn was there to pivot out on some of the ground types I didn't want to stay in against. Which more likely I was not going to be clicking U-Turn very much, but basically, yeah, that's about it on Tapu Koko, to be honest. I threw the rest into HP because I didn't really need it anywhere else. And yeah. Next on the team we brought Mega Scizor, or Mr. Krabs right here. And no speed investment this week. Don't really need it against this team. He's got a lot of fast mons on his team, but he's also got a lot of very slow mons on his team. And Scizor is just like, it outruns those slow mons, so I don't really have to worry about that. And the fast mons are going to be faster anyways. So I ran max defense this week. It does well against some of the ground types. It's my main check to Zygarde Dog and Crocodile. If he brought both of them, which I thought it was a potential option. Max defense Imbish right here. I think it was Zygarde Dog choice band. It ensured it could live 3 hits, maybe. Was it 3 hits? Well, it was at least, I think it did 33% with like roll. It could do like a 3-shot, but I had Roost right there, so there's really no point for Zygarde Dog to stay in. I ran enough attack. I think the attack was for +2. It bullet punch to kill Kieran Black. That's what +2 was for on the bullet punch. I ran the rest in HP because I did not need it in speed, like I said. Special defense. I didn't really know of too many things I wanted to take special defense against. Like it would have been mainly like mons with like Scald and stuff like Quagsire and Prinplup. And either way with Spadef, I'm not gonna be taking that much anyways. And like if I get burnt, that just sucks, and there's nothing I can really do about that. But yeah, let's make a Scizor right there. Next on the team, bring Arcanine again here with a Shuka Berry set. Bold nature right here, definitely a very weird spread, but running max HP. A little bit defensive bold right here. I actually changed it from being a very defensive Arcanine to a Spadef Arcanine, just so I can ensure that Zard Y could not 2-shot me with Fire Blast, because after he sees that I'm Intimidate, he doesn't really have any worries to go for, or he could just spam Fire Blast, or Flare Blitz wouldn't do as much as Fire Blast, I don't believe. So I could live the Flare Blitz pretty easily if he decided to run physical. I ran enough speed to outspeed like a specially defensive Jirachi set that you see a lot with 56 speed EVs. And yeah, the rest in the Spadef mainly to check the Zard. Like those 2 mons I'm really scared of, the Kieran Black and the Zard Y, so I had to watch out for those a lot. I really prepped for those 2 a lot, to be honest. If I got those out of the way, I feel like my team had a good chance. Oh, another reason I brought Tapu Koko I forgot to mention, obviously, is because I said he has 2 sleep users, being the Spore on the Amoonguss and the Sleep Powder on the Venomoth, which was 2 potential brings. I thought, like, I didn't think he was going to bring the Venomoth. I thought he'd probably bring the Amoonguss. So I just wanted to have this around. Maybe I was hoping maybe he forget or something that sleep doesn't work or whatever in electric terrain. So maybe I could get that off. And anyways, move on to our 5th mon right here. Bring in Ray, the Mamoswine, for the 2nd week in a row, and we're bringing a Choice Scarf set this week with Earthquake, Ice Shard, Knockoff, and Ice Crash, with enough speed Choice Scarf to outspeed a Zygarde Dog, I believe. I believe it was Zygarde Dog. Yeah, Zygarde Dog. Choice Banded Jolly. And yeah, Ice Shard I'm pretty sure injured a KO. But Knockoff was nice there for the things on his team like Wheezing, Knockoff with Black Sludge, Prinplup, it was really good to knock off a Violite. A few other things. Kieran Black, I guess, if it was running like a choice item. Jirachi even, it was nice to hit Jirachi on the switch-ins. Obviously I have Earthquake for that already. Icicle Crash was there. I wasn't sure about Icicle Crash, but then I forgot the Amoonguss was there, so I wanted to run that. And yeah, just max attack, Adamant. This is all the speed I need to outspeed a Zygarde Dog, being his fastest mon. But obviously Mamoswine can outspeed anything on the team barring a Choice Scarfer. So that was that basically on Mamoswine. Basically there as a hopefully come in, catch a few things off surprise, pick off a few kills. And next on the team we had, or last on the team, we had Tornadus Therian. This is our first time bringing Therian. First week we did bring Stunfisk instead, so we just made 1 switch here. And a little iffy about the set. Honestly, didn't know the best thing about the set, but I decided to go with the Life Orb set just so I could ensure I hit pretty hard against this team, I guess. Running Hurricane, U-Turn, Toxic, and Knockoff. Mainly wanted Toxic there to wear things down like the Prinplup and just Kieran Black, I guess, in general. Just those things were annoying. I wanted to chip them down to try to let Mega Scizor come in late game sweep. Even Mamoswine. I believe I ran enough speed to outspeed Zygarde Dog again. I wanted to outspeed his fastest mon with mons I could use. Obviously barring Choice Scarfers, like I said. But then I ran most of my special attack in there, and then enough HP to take a... I believe I already took an Ice Beam, but it might be to take an Ice Beam from Kieran Black, I'm not sure. But anyways, if he ran like ICMZ or something, I'd get blown back. But anyways, that's basically the team. Basically, the plan is to chip things down, get rocks up with Nihilego right here. It's going to be hard to get rocks up with his team, so I'm probably going to lead with Nihilego. But chip things down, U-turn, Volt Switch around with my Tornadus and Tapu Koko. And set up for either Mega Scizor or Mamoswine to sweep late game. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the match and see what he brought, guys. Alright, so here's the match. A few things I thought he'd bring. Really surprised the Amoonguss didn't come. Really surprised the Crocodile didn't come. Then Quagstar I thought potentially. But yeah. Brought the Zard so I was a little upset about that. I was hoping he wouldn't bring against me just because I had a few things to counter it a little bit. He has the Kieran Black, wasn't surprised about that. Prinplup, wasn't really surprised about that. Venomoth, a little surprised about it. Jirachi, I thought it would probably come on the Zygarde Dog, was a huge threat on the end. So, here against Jimmy, I was thinking, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, I was thinking probably Jirachi or a Venomoth lead. And I thought Tapu Koko was nice here because I didn't think his Jirachi would be Choice Scarf in this match. And I thought Venomoth would, obviously I could get rid of that Sleep Powder chance if you want to go for that right away. It was just really nice lead, so I decided to lead Tapu Koko right here as he leads his Jirachi. And right here, I checked Choice Scarf damage for Iron Head, which was probably the best thing he was going to hit me with, and it does about 40% I believe to Tapu Koko. And that damage is actually going to be really annoying to deal with, but right here I decided to go with Volt Switch because I was really thinking Kieran Black was going to be a Scarfer, and he's actually Choice Scarf Jirachi, and that does 44% to my Tapu Koko, which is really annoying damage basically, because I need my Tapu Koko to be healthy to take on the majority of his team. And at this point I need to switch the heck on out of here because I do get flinched, which is unfortunate. He pulls a double out here. I had a strong feeling to pull a double right here, but I couldn't really ensure myself to go for the Volt Switch right there. Jimmy's a really aggressive player, and he will make those kind of plays. But, oh, my bad. Let me go ahead and go back to this next turn. Doubles out into Prinplup right here, makes a good play as I go Scizor. Right here, I believe I go for the... I don't remember what I do exactly here. Okay, I double out... Oh, yeah, I double out to my Tornadus, basically, because this is, like, my main answer for this thing, even though it's not really, like, a switch-in, as he decides to throw up the rocks right here. And I decided to throw off a Toxic as he decides to do the same thing. Basically, I guess his plan is to wear this thing down as I'm trying to wear him down. Let's see what goes on next. I believe I'll go for the knockoff next. Yeah, I want to give this thing a Violet, so things like Mamoswine with Earthquake come in and do more damage to it. Things like Mega Scizor or Bug Bite can just do more damage. Maybe even Tapu Koko with Dazzling Gleam to do more damage. Just stuff like that. As he's just going to stay and click Scald. I don't really have great switch-ins to this thing. Like, I haven't brought Vaporeon yet once, and maybe that I should start doing that because Scalds are going to be annoying for my team because, yeah, this Prinplup's putting a lot of work right now for him, weakening my Tornado so much. Right here, I believe I'm going to switch out. I believe he predicts me to switch out again. Or I actually go for the Hurricane, actually, because I believe Tornadus at this point, I was just letting it get really low. And, yeah, I was just letting it get really low at this point because I didn't really have good switch-ins to Scald. So he pulls the switch into his Jirachi here, I guess, expecting me to switch out into something. Not sure, but... I decided to stay in Hurricane. I do get the Confusion. Chip him very low. He's going to get hurt in Confusion right here, which is a big deal. It does suck because I get the knockoff off and bring him very low as my Tornadus does go down to the Poison. And at this point, I believe I thought about either Tapu Koko or Mamoswine as a bring. I didn't want to bring Mamoswine in just because I would lock myself into something already and give him basically I'd basically have to switch out more likely. Tapu Koko comes in. I didn't want to switch out here. I went for the Dazzling Gleam over the Volt Switch or U-turn because I wanted to stay in just in case he went Kyurem next. Because I did have the Z Dazzling Gleam to obviously take this thing out. I was going to go for it. Right here, he brings up the Zygarde Dog. And this thing, I was thinking, might just click 1,000 Arrows. It probably clicks E-Speed. I probably clicked E-Speed. That's definitely his play. But I have a couple options I could make. I could switch out to my Scizor right here, which I probably should have made my best play. But I decided to stay in right here because that HP I added to Tapu Koko, which I didn't really know what would come in handy. I actually calced the damage and I had a chance to live this E-Speed, which was pretty nice. And he does go for the E-Speed and I live on 4%. So I can knock him out here with the Dazzling Gleam, get a crit. I don't think the crit mattered. It was like a 97% to 115% chance to kill him. So it was like a really tiny chance he had a chance to live that. I live on 4% right here. I believe I'd go for the Volt Switch. I knew I'd more likely be faster than this. I didn't want it to be potentially Focus Sash. Didn't really think he'd go for Quiver at the time. I thought he'd just knock me out. But I guess it was a good play to go for Quiver, as this was a pretty big misplay by me right here. I go into my Nihilego, take the Rocks Chip, and this is my Focus Sash Nihilego, right? So the play probably should have been going to my Mega Scizor right there, and probably defog away the Rocks so Nihilego can put in more work against this team. But made a really bad misplay right there, went to Nihilego, as I'm thinking, okay, it's specially defensive, it can take on this Venomoth, but I forgot my Focus Sash, and yeah, he gets a Quiver Dance up. and decides to throw off this move that completely blows me back, being Shatter Psyche. And right there, I'm like, oh shit. Charizard Y is about to put in a lot more work against my team. I bring out Arcanine. Again, I probably could have brought Mega Scizor and Bullet Punched, but I didn't want Zard Y to come out yet because I do not have Rocks up, and I will not have Rocks up because Natalie goes dead now. And showing that I need to keep Mega Scizor around for like stuff like the Cure in Black, which is like, it's like my best way of killing it at this point. Tapu Koko's very low, or yeah, very low after the Iron Head, lower than I would like it to be. Goes for the Sludge Bomb right here. As for some reason, I'm Morning Sun thinking I can take this. I don't know why. I was playing very poorly at this point in the battle. And at this point, I basically sacked off my Arcanine, as well as this thing gets another kill. I'm out of the poison damage, or we actually live that, but we both die off right there. So Arcanine's going to double down with the Venomoth, as Mamoswine Ray is going to come in. And Little Dom, the Prinplup is going to come in. I'm going to Earthquake right here. Knew it probably didn't have a chance to kill him. I brought him really low, and that's unfortunate because it brought him into his Torrent range, which just blew me back. So Mamoswine dies right there. I was a little astonished by that at the time. But I forgot that Torrent obviously boosts your Water-type moves by a lot. I don't remember the percentage, but I bring up my Scizor right here. Basically, I'm in a really bad position right now because my Tapu Koko's at 3%. I forgot I got that low already, so it dies to rocks already, and I don't have defog on the Scizor. So I stay in right here, Mega Evolve. I click the SD because it's basically my only chance to win now. I believe I have to get +6 to even kill Zard from full. And it dies to the damage right from the poison damage, which actually helped him right there. And Scald does not burn me. So if I didn't poison him earlier, I guess I had a slight chance to win. I believe +6 killed the Zard Y. We'll see here in a second because I'm going for +2 Bullet Punch. As it does how much to the Zard? It does 34%, so I believe +6 is probably a roll to kill. So he could have switched out to his Zard though. I guess if his Prinplup wasn't poisoned the turn before, that probably would have been the best play. Yeah, he probably would have won that either way. He could have like switched out from his Prinplup to his Charizard Y to ensure that I can't get to +6. So I would have to like crit him at +4 or something first, I guess. But anyway, he's gonna go for the Flare Blitz here, so I guess he's a physical set. He brought that weak one too, which is really cool. And Tapu Koko's gonna die to rocks right there. But basically that's the battle, and Jimmy gets a 2-0 victory over us, and that puts us at 1-1 for the league right now. We still have a +3 differential, so we're not doing too bad. And I knew this was going to be one of my tougher battles this season. Very happy to have the battle, but very relieved to have it over with, just because this team was really hard to prep for. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that battle, and I'll be sure to get more content out. We had a live going up earlier, so hopefully you guys enjoy that, and stop by for this. So peace out, guys.